All right, welcome back to the channel. This is a dad life channel now. It's not even ultramarathon. I don't even run anymore. I'll update you on the fitness side of things soon. But Alfred's 3 weeks old now, so I used it as an excuse to buy a new camera. I got the DJI Osmo Pocket 4. Like, I almost got a proper digital camera just to like get photos and videos of Alfred's life as he grows up. But I didn't really want to run around with something hanging off my neck or something like big and cumbersome. So this kind of bridges the gap between easier content for me and filming parts of his life and stuff. So I'll do a little unboxing. I don't know if any of you even care about this, but I'm effectively filming this little bit on my iPhone, and then I'll get stuck into the rest of the video, which I'll just touch around on a bit of dad life, a bit of my training split at the moment now that I am still wanting to maintain some running, but getting more into like building some muscle mass, getting some tissue on my body because I'm a little bit skinny at the moment. Should really change the angle, do like a top-down view. I'm a bit too lazy for that. There's a creator combo that you can actually get with this that comes with a microphone and everything and a little tripod that I bought alongside it anyway, but I had a mic, so I didn't feel the need to splash out on another mic. But I did get a mini tripod just because it doesn't have that tripod built in. Honestly, I've wanted one of these for so long. Quite excited to film a bit of content on this because it's obviously got the gimbal. That'll make my life a hell of a lot easier keeping things in frame. Not only for these YouTube videos, just for like client videos when I'm at the gym, giving feedback and stuff. It's just gonna make it all smoother. It's not a tech channel, is it? Do you care that you get charging cables? Probably not. So effectively, that is it that I'll be filming from. I'll literally switch over to using this within the next minute or so. Just need to figure out how the hell to use it. It's got all the remove before use stickers on and do this, do that. So I'm not gonna bore you to death. So yeah, that's what I mean. With this on the bottom, there's a little screw top, but effectively that's how you would stand it up, and that's a little bit dangerous. So you've got this, plug this into here. Don't force it, my mum would be saying. Don't force it in. Sounds wrong. There we go, and there we go. That is the first part of the video done, because that is now what I'm going to be doing all of my content on. Hopefully in shot now, and no half my face, forehead missing. Anyway, we've got an upper body session to get into tomorrow, and that's where I'll go through that bit of the morning routine. Now I'm getting up at 5 a.m. to go train, thanks to the newborn. So see you in the morning. Gym opens at 6 this morning, so I've been getting up at 5 a.m. on these days when I'm training. Had pretty much full night of sleep last night. Hannah did a lot of the groundwork with the little lad, and I'm about to get absolutely wired off pre-workout. Because I used to have coffee first thing in the morning, but then I've just fancied something different recently. So I've got two different types of pre-workout: the DFib Lemon Fizz Bomb, and then the one that I brought originally that took a few days longer to get here is the Marshawn Workout Fuel. They've both got 200 milligrams of caffeine, which is probably the main ingredient in pre-workouts anyway. But the only real big difference is this has got 20 grams of carbs in as well. So if you're running on completely empty, this is probably going to give you a little bit more of a boost. But this is the first time trying this in a long time. I tried it years ago, used DFib for the last few workouts that I've done, and this is very good. So let's see if this one lives up to the hype of this. And the cool thing with this next phase is I have had a coach for it, just because I couldn't be asked to program for myself when I was programming for the Ultra. I learned everything myself. I'd never ran that distance before, so I was reading books every night, building my program day by day, feeding all of my data into my laptop and looking at it all, and it was like I put so much time and effort into programming for my clients that when I was doing it for me, it was like an extra thing on top of all of that. So I enjoy it when it's part of the business, but for myself, it's just like, nah, can't be bothered this time around. So I've outsourced that bit, and it feels so much better. It's nice to just open up your phone, look at what you've got to do, and just go and work hard with it. And the way that the training week is broken down now is 4 sessions a week in the gym. So there's 2 upper and 2 lower. There's a 1 threshold session, and then if recovery is good, I will get out on a longer run each week. But you can kind of tell now that muscle gain and recovery between those gym sessions is the priority. So running is the thing that I could cut off if I need. But it feels good. It feels nice and unique. Whereas the last 8-9 months of that ultra build, the gym kind of came secondary to the running. So it's a very nice spot to be in. So get the rest of this 20-minute drive to the gym. I'll show you some of the session. Right, so kicking off, I didn't show you any of my warm-up. First movement of the day, dumbbell incline bench press, building up to a top heavy set, slow, eccentric on the way down. We're still keeping a couple of reps in the tank on this, so this is still the first week of the program, so just getting used to the volume again, training 4 days of the week, seeing how the weights feel. So next up was a lat pull down. I rarely do these anymore, so these were really nice. It's a really good way to concentrate on your lats a lot more. This was 3 to 4 sets of 8 reps, depending on how hard each set was. If it was 3 really hard sets, I'd stick at 3. That first set, whilst I was figuring out my working weight, was a little bit easier, then I'd end up doing 4 sets. Third movement of the session was seated shoulder press. My overhead pressing is really weak. It's always been a weak point for me, but I've never focused on it. So it's nice to have these back in a decent amount of volume through the week. Like the lat pull down, 3 to 4 sets, depending on how many of those sets were working. And then bouncing back into another pulling movement. So just body weight pull-ups now. I used to be able to do so many of these back when I was in the Marines, so I'm only on single digits at the moment, sets of 8 and 9 consistently, which sucks. I'm excited for these to be built back up. And then just to finish things off in this session, easy bar skull crushers to isolate those triceps a little bit more. Start filling out some t-shirts hopefully in the next month or two, because the one thing that running does not give you is big arms. This is meant to do active face tracking, but I don't think I've quite figured it out yet. But gym is done. Feels so good to just go in, get a pump, and then go home. Now that it's 4 hours on the hills malarkey when it's raining, so now I've had the luxury of all morning looking after myself. I can go home and look after the little man. He should be awake now. Anyway, we're back home now, and this little guy's just woken up. You know, one of the biggest things I have learned so far is that you just have to be so much more flexible. I appreciate, I work from home. I have the luxury of being at home all the time, but I'd usually be out in my garden office and my wife would be upstairs and we'd just be working, have very set specific times of, okay, this hour I'm going to do content, this hour I'm going to catch up with clients and all of that. But now it's like whatever this dude wants, our schedule works around him. I absolutely love my life now that he's in it. It's just kind of getting used to the balance between making the most of the opportunities to work and making sure that he's getting the attention that he deserves and needs as well, right? He's just a little spud. All he does is eat, poop, and he started looking around a little bit more now. I think he's just been through his first, or he's going through his first leap where he starts to become more aware of the world. So he senses things more and he begins to learn about certain things. It can also be quite a negative thing because I think his brain starts to comprehend like, oh shit, there's a big wide world out there, but I'm here to keep him safe, hey? So he's all good. As you can probably see, house isn't exactly in any kind of order. I'd usually have like my laptop, no other clutter around my space and things like that. It's first world problems, you know, you're probably watching this thinking, oh, shut up. But yeah, it's just kind of getting used to things being a little bit messy and chaotic, but it's all good, you know. The sleep deprivation ain't touching me. Well, mainly because my wife is doing a lot of the feeding at the moment. But you'd be very surprised if there's any like dads watching this or dads to be. You'd be very surprised at how much you can still function and feel good on, you know, 4 or 5 hours of broken sleep. So long as, I would say this is a big point, so long as throughout the day when you are awake, you're eating decent food, you're staying hydrated, I think those two things play a huge part in how well you can deal with shitty sleep. I'm preaching, that's a PT coming out in me, but 2 big things: be flexible and don't make the sleep deprivation worse by filling your body with crap. And there we have it. I was actually gonna do a last little bit of this video on a little dog walk, but as you can see, maybe not, chucking it down. I'm going to be going to a jousting tournament tomorrow, so I hope it's, yeah, jousting, you heard that right. So I hope the weather improves for that. Now I've got to just go sort all this washing. Got one final leg session to finish off a very, very good week of just back in the gym, back lifting weights, and that focus now for a good stint of time. But now I've got this little bad boy, be pumping out content a little bit more frequently because it's a lot easier, if I'm being honest, to walk around with this than it is a phone that I never have a clue where I'm recording. But until then, have a good one, have a good day, and I'll catch you soon.